What's up, YouTube? For today's video, we went for best shiny legendary Pokemon for the Crown Tundra. So out of all the new legendary Pokemon we've got in the Crown Tundra, what one is your very favorite in its shiny version? Let me know if you agree with my picks, disagree with them, or you got some other things to add. If you want to check me out on Twitch, make sure you do. This where I do all my live Pokemon theme teams, sweeps. This is where you come and battle me, shiny hunts, all that other stuff. Link in the description of the video. Come and give me a follow on Twitch, and let's get into today's video. I'm going to be spoiling you people today with 3 battles, and boy, that was some really good battles. Alright, this is the battle against a girl who likes curry, spoons, ladles, and I think it was onions and capsicums. I really don't know what her trainer name is, so someone can tell me in the comment section. Okay, so we got a Shuckle lead here. Now, Shuckle usually just sets up a sticky web, stealth rocks, toxic, all those sort of fun shenanigans. Now, since I'm a steel type, I won't have to deal with any of that stuff, so I thought, let's go with Registeel as the lead right. I knew they'd probably lead with Shuckle as well. So we got a special Registeel here today. This one actually, I got a few DCs with this, which is pretty funny actually, when you look at its move pool. So I've got a Meteor Beam Registeel, right? I've got max health and max special attack. And let me tell you one thing, right? When you give it max special attack, it really isn't the best in the world. Like, you need a couple of boosts to actually even do something. So somehow, right, Shuckle lives on 1 health, the merchant available, but it didn't have Sturdy and it didn't have Sash. It didn't even have a focus band. So like, what? That was so lucky there. So it could have been 2 health, but I'm going to use 1 just to plug the merch. So I've got a Meteor Beam, Steel Beam, Zap Cannon, and Hyper Beam, right? This set, it absolutely pops off, right? Now, I've got 1 up already, so I thought, you know what? I may as well go for another Meteor Beam. It's not going to activate right away because I've used up my Power Herb already, but I thought I may as well take advantage of the Shuckle, right? And now Shuckle is going to set up the Stealth Rocks. I'm like, okay, that did exactly what I knew it would do. So now it probably has something like, I was thinking it's probably got something like Toxic or Rest, something like that. Now, I know the next Meteor Beam will take it out, but it misses. I'm like, no, that sucks. And then it goes for a Power Split. That is just cruel. That's so cruel. So what happened there is obviously our power was split, and yeah, I'm pretty salty after that. And I missed. I'm like, okay, do I go for another Meteor Beam here, or do I just go for a Steel Beam? Now, the problem about using Steel Beam on a Pokemon with 1 health is I'm going to lose 50% of my health. So I'm like, I don't see the point of using that. Let's go for another Meteor Beam. I mean, what's Shuckle going to do to be toxic? You know what I'm saying? So Shuckle's now going to go for a Stone Edge. I'm like, oh, interesting, Stone Edge Shuckle. And they actually get a critical hit against me, which is kind of funny. So this Shuckle's been pretty lucky so far. So now I can go for a Meteor Beam, and it doesn't miss. And your boy Registeel is going to get a boost in special attack. That move looks absolutely amazing. Now, since I've got a lot of boost up already, I can freely fire off some very powerful Steel Beams, right? At the cost of losing half health. That's the only bad thing. So in comes Hippowdon here. I'm like, okay, Hippowdon. Now, the sand is going to go up, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm a Steel type. I can fire off Steel Beam, which will do a lot of damage. Now, I'm thinking, well, okay, what's it going to do? It's probably going to go for an Earthquake here. Definitely. If I go for Steel Beam, I'm most certain that it'll take it out. Unless it's like some silly bulky set. So we're going to go for Steel Beam, outspeeding the Hippowdon, firing off this big powerful beam. And look at this damage, and it lives on 1 health again. Come on, I can't get this unlucky. And it had a Focus Sash. Focus Sash, Hippowdon, only on PIMPNITE Shuttle, people. Man, I think they've actually watched a couple of PIMPNITE videos, like real talk. So they are going to go for a yawn here. I'm just trying to imagine Reggie still like holding its hand up, like yawning. So I could go for, I could swap or go to sleep. At this stage, I was that salty that like they lived on 1 health twice. I just went for a Steel Beam to get rid of the Hippowdon because I thought, okay, it'll probably go for a Slack off here and heal itself up and stall me for the next 69,000 turns. And we'll hit the 20-minute timer, so I don't want to do that. I just want to get rid of the Hippowdon. So down goes Registeel there, but you people just seen a little taste of what that Registeel is capable of. I might try and do a Pokemon sweep with that. I really like Shiny Registeel. That's why I brought it on this team. Okay, the next up is Shiny Zygarde. I really like Shiny Zygarde. I know the people that done Dynamax Adventures absolutely love it too. That was sarcastic, by the way. So in comes Calyrex, and this battle started to really heat up, right? So they had a couple of really stally support Pokemon with Shuckle and Powdon, and now the fire is going to come out here. Now this is a special Zygarde, right? We've got Power Construct, Core Enforcer, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Focus Blast. So max health and max special attack. I popped on a Choice Specs on this one. Just throw a little bit something different. I've run like a special one with Choice Sparks in the Choice Sparks. Damn, what's Choice Sparks? That's a new item. I think it has something to like boost the Powerball electric type moves times 2. Come on, Game Freak. I'm there. I'm giving you ideas constantly every video. So we got a Dynamax Calyrex, and like this is like super sweaty. Now I did have one Pokemon on my team because I knew that I'd be doing legendary battles right with this team. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. So we got the Max Mindstorm here. I knew that Zygarde was bulky enough probably just to live that one, and it was badly on 9 health. So that's going to use up 1 turn of the Dynamax, which is good. Unfortunately, now it's going to pop the Psychic Terrain on the field, which is bad, because that means that now it's going to be immune to those priority moves, which I sort of had planned for it. So that plan is a bust. So now we're going to have the Power Construct on the Zygarde. Now, unfortunately, right here, it would have probably been enough to live if there wasn't a Psychic Terrain in the field, but unfortunately, even with Zygarde's big buff there in health, it's 2 health bars, basically, it's not going to be able to live that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do a really risky swap here and go into Yvonne. Now, Yvonne has Sucker Punch. That's what I was going to use to take this thing out, but I couldn't yet. So I thought, hopefully they go for a Psychic. Now they've got Psychic Terrain in the field, they're probably inclined to go for that. And they went for Max Mindstorm. So I'm like, okay, that's really good. So now I know they're probably not going to fall for the same trick twice. Or do I stay in and make them go for, try and make them question their plays? I was like, I can't use Levanto. I can't absolutely lose that. So I've got to swap it out and go back into Zygarde. Now, Zygarde took a big amount of damage before, and it really was sort of on a low amount of health, and it probably wasn't outspeeding anything with max health and max special attack EVs, and like a round from Stealth Rock from the Shuckle. So I thought, let's get rid of that. So that's 2 turns of the Dynamax to go on, which is really good. Now, I could either swap in Yveltal when the Psychic Terrain runs out and take it out that way, or find another way. So the Sandstorm is going to go away, so that's all the extra damage I can do to Calyrex too. So now we're going to go into Groudon. I thought this could be a fun sort of set to go against. So this Groudon is, I like shiny ground, looks very cool, and I'm going to get a speed drop there. Not that it matters too much. This is a really trolling Groudon set. So we're going to have Trout as the ability, obviously. You guys are expecting Drizzle, right? So we got Drizzle Groudon here, and that was the 3rd turn of the Dynamax as well. So I successfully stalled out all 3 turns. Now the problem is, right, I still had like a couple of turns of Psychic Terrain, so I couldn't go for Sucker Punch on Yveltal. So I thought, well, to stall out Psychic Terrain, I could possibly go for a Dynamax Groudon, live the move, and then, possibly stall it. I might be able to even take it out if I live it right. So I'm going to go Dynamax Groudon. This one is going to come off Fissure, right? Now, the EVs in this one were max speed and max health, right? We're going to be making use of Groudon's monstrous attack already, and we're going to put in Finisher on there for the lols. So I've got Smackdown, right? If a Flying type comes in, Levitating Pokemon comes in, I can go for Smackdown, right? Smack him down real quick, give him a little smack, and then I could go for Fissure since they're a ground and Pokemon. Now, that doesn't guarantee like a land hit again. It just guarantees that I can have a chance at landing a hit against like a Flying or Levitating type. So go for a Max Quakey. I thought this would be great. It'll do some good damage and bolster my special defense, and it does some nice damage there. It definitely will put Calyrex in a range for Yveltal to take out. Not that I had any doubt in this wide world that Yveltal could take it out with Sucker Punch. So I've got Max Quake again to go for. I was like, let's do that. Let's go for this and see what happens. Now, they're going to obviously try and get more health back with the Giga Drain they did before, but this time they're going to go for Astral Barrage. So that's not going to mean anything. Groudon is actually going to be able to lift that one, which is beautiful, and it's going to take the Calyrex out. So I didn't actually need Yveltal to take it out in the end there. Groudon was very bulky, so it's always good to have a counter for Calyrex, right? And, well, just like pure bulk before it, starts to get enough Grim Naze up to absolutely destroy your team. At that stage, you really need a priority move. And the thing about that is that the thing about Dynamax, right, is you can put Psychic Terrain in the foot and block that. It's so strong. So my options here are, we got Dragapult. So, okay, Dragapult. If it's a special set, it's going to need a Draco Meter to drop me, and, I've got a couple of special defense boosts already, and then it was the physical set, went for the Dragon Dart, but since Groudon has such great, base defense, and I've got max health, and it's Dynamax, I managed to live it and get another Max Quake off, which is amazing. So Groudon doing really well this battle. I mean, it couldn't use Fissure just yet, but, man, it has been handy. Like, imagine if I actually ran a proper Groudon set. These kids would get, like, swept. Anyway, so Groudon is going to obviously go down into its non-Dynamax. I'm going to get outsped, and Groudon is going to go down, right? Nothing I can do. I've got Counter as the other move, and obviously it's a real troll set, right? As they normally are. So I went for Stealth Rocks here. Dragapult is going to go for another Dragon Dart, and that'll take out my Groudon. But that's all good. Groudon did an amazing job there, took out the Calyrex, and really dented the Dragapult, right? Which is good. Now, I've got my Yveltal here. The Psychic Terrain is finally gone. I was like, I don't know if I want to obviously show that I've got Sucker Punch yet. Sucker Punch Yvarnal's pretty good. Like, this is probably one of the better Pokemon I've got on my team. It's Choice Band, and we got U-Turn, Dual Wing Beat, Steel Wing, and Sucker Punch. I put Steel Wing on there for the memes, and I could hit like Fairy-type Pokemon too. Probably one of the better Pokemon on my team. So go for Sucker Punch. That's going to drop the Dragon Pulse, which is very good. So I took out, well, they've had 2 really slow Pokemon and 2 really fast Pokemon so far. But they did have 1 really, really fast Pokemon still. And that's what I wanted to save the Sucker Punch for, right? And in comes the Registeel. So I thought, all right, are they going to use a status move knowing that I've got Sucker Punch? Or are they just underestimating the amount of damage that I'm going to do with Sucker Punch? Because Sucker Punch Choice Banded will hit very, very hard. I thought about this for a long time. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. Like, what have I got to lose here? So here comes the Sucker Punch. They did attack me, and Registeel gets dropped in 1 shot, which was really, really good there. It's not going to be jumping too much more. Well, I think it's still jumping when it's fainted, but that's cool. So, the last Pokemon here, obviously, we got the cover legendary. I mean, I would have liked these to be shiny. Like, do you think they should have been shiny? Like, I think like this is like a blue color, and no, sorry, Zacion's a blue color. This is like a red color. I'm pretty sure what the shinies are. At this stage, I'm locked into Choice Band. I was like, let's just go for Sucker Punch. It's going to take me out anyway with the Behemoth Bash. It's not even going to matter. So go for that. It does very minimal damage like I knew it would. And here comes a Moon Blast. They're running a special set. It's like, okay, that did surprise me after seeing what some of their other sets were. They're pretty standard. So they're running a special set or they're running mixed. I don't really know. At this stage, I can go for another Sucker Punch, do some sort of damage to it, and then swap in a very trolling set. The next Pokemon set you guys are going to love. Hopefully. Okay, so here comes the second Moon Blast. That is going to take my Yvarnal out. Now, that was max speed and max attack. I gave that jolly nature too. I'm just at the Choice Band, giving it a little bit more attack there. So, last Pokemon, well, my 5th Pokemon is my Giratina, right? Now, this set was absolutely troll, right? So, taking some Stealth Rock damage, have a look at this winner. Now, we got Destiny Bond, Twister, Thunder Wave, and Hex. A very amazingly trolly set. So, since me being a person who never trolls at all, jokes, I can go for a Thunder Wave here and paralyze it, but then it outsped me. I'm like, okay. Alright, so it does Moonblast. I'm pretty tanky, so I take that. Plus, it's coming off the special attack, which isn't as good as its physical, right? So go for that Thunder Wave there, and now we got the Paralyze, right? Which is very good. Now I was thinking, I could go for a Hex here, but that would really spoil the fun. Let's go for Twister and see what I can do. So Twister has a chance of flinching the opponent, right? Plus, it's already paralyzed. So go for Twister, does 2 damage, and we get a flinch. So I was like, okay, cool, let's keep doing this. And then I'll start to think, well, they are down to the last Pokemon. Why don't I try and make them rage quit? So I was like, let's keep going for a Twister, right? So I got another flinch. That's 2 in a row. Now go for the 3rd Twister there. Amazing animation, by the way. And we got a 3rd flinch in a row. So 3 flinches, like 3 back-to-back flinches. So now I'm going to go for another twist there on the, oh man, I've forgotten this Pokemon. I've forgotten the cover legendary's name for this. Like, can you just roast me right now? So we're going to go for another twist there. And I'm thinking, I'm actually starting to get their health down, like really small. And then they started to get paralyzed. It's like, man, I can't believe this, right? So go for yet another twist here. I think I need maybe 3 more to 2 more to take them out. And then they get paralyzed again. This person has not attacked in like 5 or 6 turns. So go for another twist. I think I need like 1 or 2 more to take it out. They finally break through the scum. They get the Moonblast off. I knew that I could live this though. But the next turn is the decider. Do I go for the Destiny Bond or do I go for Twister? I had to go for Twister, people. You know me and I know myself. And that takes them out. Man, they must have been salted there. But I got to say one thing. Thank you very much for the battle, whoever that was. Once again, if anyone does battle me in these videos, let me know in the comment section. I really was trying to make them rage quit there. Like, I really honestly was. I could have gone for Destiny Bond, but I went for the memes, and I'm sure you people enjoyed it as well. Okay, let's get to the second battle. Here, this one was against Kyle, and we have a pretty interesting battle here too. So we got Aurora's lead here. Nice shiny Pokemon. I like shiny Aurora's. Aurora's is one of those Pokemon that I feel like it's one of those forgotten Pokemon that everyone sort of forgets about. I like it. That's cool. So Registeel is like, this is a pretty dang good matchup for me here, right? So we got the Snow Warning. I can go for a Steel Beam or I could go for a Meteor Beam. I thought, well, they're probably not going to stay into a Registeel, right? I could go for a Meteor Beam here, which is also super effective, do some nice damage, and raise my special attack. That's sort of like the plan I could do here. There's no point go for a Steel Beam because I don't want to get rid of half my health when, Meteor Beam can do the same job. So Aurora's is going to be swapping out here, and the next Pokemon here we have is the Urshifu. Like, okay, Urshifu. Obviously, Meteor Beam is going to be resisted. However, However, I have got Zap Cannon, so I was like, okay, a +1 Zap Cannon, this should actually take it out. It should do a lot of damage, and if it doesn't take it out, I'll paralyze it, and I'll be able to outspeed it the next turn. So getting that Meteor Beam off here on the, obviously on the Urshifu, it's not going to do a lot of damage to it, but the main thing is I actually bolstered my special attack. I still did a decent amount of damage there too, and I knew after the hail and that sort of thing, it was probably going to go down the Zap Cannon in one shot, right? Okay, so it's prime time. I could go for a Zap Cannon here. Zap Cannon has to land, though. That's the only risky thing. I could go for Hyper Beam. I honestly could, but I was like, what if it does land and I do take them out? Now, here comes the low kick on my Registeel. If it's a low kick, jump. If it's a high kick, side duck. So I'm going to go for Zap Cannon here, but Zap Cannon is going to miss. That really, really hurt me there because now I'm going to go down to the hail. That would have been an amazing KO there. What would have happened, right, is I would have taken Urshifu out with a Zap Cannon and gone down to hail. It would have been like a double KO. Anyway, let's go into Yavana here. This is my choice bandit set, as I mentioned before. Now, I've got a flying type move. I can go for dual wing beat. This will easily take it out. However, we got the Urshifu swapping out here, right? And the Pokemon that's going to come in, right, is going to be the Garchomp. So I was like, okay, Garchomp, that's not too bad. I guess the only problematic thing could be if it's got rough skin, right? I might take a little bit of extra damage. So here comes the rough skin. I'm going to hit it actually twice. So it's going to take 2 rounds of damage from the rough skin there. So I lost a little bit of health, but that's all good. Now I can go for another one and take it out. Unless they do Dynamax. That's probably going to be the only way they can actually live this. So Garchomp and myself are going to take some more damage on the hail. I can go for another one here, or I'm going to get outspared, and it's going to try and take me out. So I went for dual wing beat, and I hope that I'll be able to take it out. And we got the Dynamax Garchomp here. So like, okay. The only good thing here is they've used up their Dynamax already. So if I can, and they've got like only a bit of health left too, so I can easily take this out maybe with one of my other Pokemon if I fail to take it out. If I get a crit though, Garchomp is most definitely going to be going down. So here we go. We got the big old Dynamax Garchomp here. And here we go. I'm going to go for my dual wing beat here. And once again, we're going to get like a double round of rough skin too. So I literally had to take 4 rounds of rough skin. So just imagine, right, like you get your hand and you just rub it on sandpaper. That's how I felt for 4 turns, right? It wouldn't have been very nice. So anyway, I actually did that in woodwork class once. I was like, I had a piece of wood, right? I was getting it real smooth, and then like I got like the wrong piece of sandpaper and I sandpapered with my hand. It wasn't too good, right? Anyway, so back to the Pokemon battle. Yavana is going to go down there, and that really, really sucks. I can't do anything about that at all. It is on a low amount of health though, which is good. So now the Sandstorm is up in the field. We're going to go into Zygarde. I was like, okay, well Zygarde could easily tank this thing. I mean, I've got like my perfect form I can go into as well if I do take enough damage. So I could go Dynamax and I can go Max Ooze. And I was like, Max Ooze may actually not take it out. I kind of want to get a special attack boost, but I believe it won't take Garchomp out. Garchomp's going to be able to tank it. So I've got Max Knuckle and I've got Max Quake. Because if I go for Max Quake, I could bolster my bulk, and that could be better than getting an attack boost, right? Because I'm probably not going to outspeed too much running no speed EV. So I decided to go for Max Quake in the end, and it's Zygarde, right, which is going to be benefited in the, Sandstorm too. So here we go. We got the big old Zygarde here. Now, some of these shinies I brought over from the other game because I haven't managed to get them all in Dynamax events yet because I've already got them anyway, so there wasn't a super, super fast need to actually go ahead and get them. I will, though, eventually. Has anyone shiny hunted all the all the Dynamax Adventure Pokemon yet? I'm sure a few people have done it. So here comes the Max Wormwood, the inevitable Max Wormwood, and it unfortunately doesn't drop me below a half health, so my ability is not going to kick in here, which kind of sucks. That is going to drop my attack. Doesn't matter. I'm running a special set. It's all good. And here comes the Max Quake. That will definitely take out the Garchomp. So Zygarde's going to take a little dig underneath the ground and take out the Garchomp. So we've got 3 more Pokemon. We've seen 3 Pokemon, and we're taking out Garchomp, their main Dynamax Pokemon. So I was very happy about that. So we're starting to get back into this battle here. I lost a couple of Pokemon at the start, but I'm clawing my way back. So the next Pokemon we got is, of course, the Aurora. So I was like, okay, here we go. A nice type move is definitely going to be coming my way. So away goes the Sandstorm, and hello to the Hail. At this stage, I was like, I could go for a Max Knuckle, or I could go for a Max Quake. Like, I could go for one of these 2 things, right? I was thinking about for a long while, can I actually live this ice move, or are they going to swap? I decided to go in the end to go for the Max Quake, and we got the Aurora swapping out there. And the Pokemon that's going to come into this one is going to be the Articuno. So like, I was lucky. I could have gone for like any sort of move then other than Max Quake. So that was it was quite fortunate they swapped into that move. So we got the President Manny there from the Hail, which doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to get some extra health. So in the end, it didn't turn out too badly for me. So we got that amazing Power Construct animation again, and I'm going to get like a bunch of health. Like, look how much health I got at level 50. So here we go. I can go for any move here. This will do a lot of damage. If it's a special one, I could, I've already got like a Bolster in my special defense already. I could go for Max Ooze, and then I could go for Max Wormwind, and that could, I mean, even if I don't take it out, it could come off Core Enforcer, which will do a lot of damage. Here comes a Hypnosis. Hypnosis is going to miss, and the Articuno actually has Blunder Policy Hypnosis, so, that's kind of interesting to make it even faster. So here comes the Max Uzi on the Articuno, who does a pretty good amount of damage considering, and it's coming off Zygarde's horrible special attack there, and we're going to get a boost. So like, that's good. That's going to give me a nice little boost there. So Articuno is going to take some damage from the hail that the Aurora set up earlier on, and so am I. So finally, I am out of the Dynamax Zygarde now, and I can attack this with a pretty powerful Core Enforcer here. Man, look at that. It always reminds me of Colgate toothpaste, Zygarde. It reminds you to brush your teeth. I mean, that's pretty good. Like, Pokemon thought that one out. Should be, it actually, you know what? That actually should be in Pokemon Smile, Zygarde. Like, is that actually in Pokemon Smile? Anyway, that reminded me now. I just went to sleep. When is Pokemon Sleep going to come out? Like, they said it like ages ago. I actually was looking forward to Pokemon Sleep. Getting Pokemon in your sleep would have been amazing, right? Because I sleep so much. Anyway, so I've got Core Enforcer, Earthbound, and Sludge Wave, and Focus Blast. I don't really want to swap out here because I'm sort of happy that I could probably tank a couple of hits. And, Hurricane misses. I'm like, that's really good because that means I've stored out one turn to sleep. So that's nice. At worst, I'm going to wake up in 2 turns. And if it misses again this turn or does a minimal amount of damage, Zygarde could possibly wake up and take this Articuno out. So now we got the Articuno swapping, which is great. That means there's another turn wasted on the sleep. And we got the Aurorus coming in. It's like, this is good. This is really, really good. So Aurorus is going to be using the Ice type move. I woke up and I used Core Enforcer, which is very, very good. Now, Core Enforcer looks very, very cool. It's like that big old Z, and it nearly takes it out in one shot. So, okay, cool. Now, I was wondering if I was going to outspeed this. Once again, I wasn't running any speed EVs at all. At this stage, I wasn't really worried. It's like, if I lose Zygarde, it's so be it. Let's go for another Core Enforcer. I did outspeed the Aurorus, and Aurorus is going to go down. So no more Aurorus popping in there, threatening me with that hail and like an Ice type move. Like, Powder Snow would have one-shotted me, real talk. So I'm going to take it out with a crit there. Didn't even matter at all, and poor Aurorus is going to go down. So we're taking out Garchomp and Aurorus now. Now, the next Pokemon to come in is the Urshifu. So, like, okay, Urshifu, I know what they're going to go for. Am I going to be able to live it? That's the thing. So, I've got Core Enforcer as my main attack here. That's my main stab. And here comes the Surging Strike. So, like, I know each 3 of these are going to be a crit. But let's see how much they actually do to my perfect Zygarde. So, there's one. It's at this stage, even with all 3 of them actually being a critical hit, Zygarde is going to be able to live this very, very well because I got max health and it's very bulky, right? So here comes the Core Enforcer, and I know Urshifu is not going to live this one, and that means we've really actually taken, a good Pokemon out of this battle too. So down goes the Urshifu there. So we're taking out the main Pokemon I was worried about there with the Garchomp and the Urshifu. They were pretty scary. So next Pokemon, of course, is the Articuno. So it's like, okay, Articuno. I wonder if I can live a Hurricane at this point. Like, I could live a Hurricane. It's very, very close. So here comes the Freezing Glare. I was like, Freezing Glare, I might actually live this one. Here it comes, people. And guess what happened to my Zygarde? It lived, and I got frozen. I just gotta let it go, let it go. So I'm on 8 health, right? There's nothing I could do. And now it goes for a Tailwind. I'm like, oh man, if I thawed out here, then took it out, that would be absolutely fire. But unfortunately, I didn't thaw out at all. And now it can just take me out with another Freezing Glare. So nothing I can do there. Down goes my Zygarde, and I've lost 3 of my team. However, I've taken out 3 of their team too. So it's pretty even at this stage. Now, I've got to remember, right, the Tailwind is up on the field, so I won't have my speed advantage at this point. So, in comes the Giratina. So, like, what I want to do, right, is my little twister strategy is not going to work very well if I don't go first. So, I thought if I go for a Thunder Wave here, I could paralyze, and maybe we could get the twister going. Unfortunately, Articuno is going to be swapping out there, and in comes the, I was like, which Pokemon was it again? The Moltres. So, Moltres is going to slide past that Thunder Wave. I'm like, no. Oh, man, that just sucks. So I was like, do I swap out here? I haven't got a lot of options now. I've only got 3 Pokemon left. So I decided to go for the Thunder Wave. So here comes its Fiery Wrath move. I leave it on 16 health, and I get flinch. Oh, man, the bad RNG is coming out right now. So the Tailwind does actually peter out that turn. So like, okay, I've got max speed, and I've got max special attack, right? If I can outspeed and get a Destiny Bond off, this could actually take out the Moltres if I go first, right? Well, we'll take it out. So I outspeed since the Tailwind is gone, and hopefully it's going to take me with, of course, another Fiery Rat, and that'll take the Moltres out too. And it does that, so that actually worked out very, very well there in the end. So that Tailwind was very, very dangerous. So down goes my Giratina, but down goes the Moltres at the same time. Good to see it wasn't a shiny one, right? And that's their 4th Pokemon down, and also my 4th one down too. So next Pokemon here is the Groudon. I was like, okay, this is my chance, people. I could get like maybe a Fissure KO off here. So in comes Registeel 110, which is the Reggieleki. So another Reggieleki is like, oh, here we go again. So I can go for Fissure. It'll straight up hit it, right? And that'll be really, really nice. However, I've also got Stealth Rock and Smack down here. I thought, why would a Reggieleki stay in against a Groudon? I don't think they're going to stay in here. Even if I go for Fissure, if I go for a ground-type Fissure, right, the Articuno will just come in. So it's like, there's no point doing that. So obviously out goes the Reggieleki, and in comes the Articuno. So like, good, that's nice. So I've got a free Stealth Rock up there, and that'll do some damage to the incoming Reggieleki. Or if, you know, Articuno wants for some reason swap out and swap back in. So we got a Smack down here. I outspeed because I'm running a Jolly Nature, and man, that almost took it out there. It almost took it out. So now Articuno is going to go for a Hypnosis. I'm like, man, not this thing again. And Groudon is going to be put to sleep here. At this stage, once again, there's no point swapping out. I've only got one more Pokemon left. So Groudon will have to somehow tank the hits and go for a Fissure. I could go for a Smackdown, but I really want to go for a Fissure. I mean, I've got to get this set going right. So here comes a Hurricane on my Groudon, does well over half health there, and I get confused at the same time. It just felt this battle like, it really felt that all the RNG was going, like, just not going my way at this time. But then again, that's Pokemon for you, right? Sometimes you can get crazy RNG, sometimes it can be, like, evenly split, and sometimes you can just get none at all. So here comes the Hurricane there, and the second Hurricane is going to take out my Groudon. Nothing I could do there. I got completely countered. So my last Pokemon is the Rayquaza. You people haven't seen this set, but it is a pretty savage set, right? So Rayquaza, right, is a sweeping King's Rock Dragon Scale Shot, man, getting my moves mixed up. Scale Shot. Dragon Scale Shot set. So go for a Scale Shot here, hoping it would hit like enough times they could add, and it doesn't miss, and Articuno is going to go down. Now, Scale Shot actually bolsters your speed by 1 stage at the end of the turn. However, it drops your defense. Since I knew Reggieleki wasn't going to be a physical set, well, I was hoping it wasn't, you know, that wasn't going to be a problem. So all I've got to do, right, is outspeed this Reggieleki. That's what I need to do. I knew that probably one wouldn't outspeed it. I'd probably hit like twice and get trolled. So I thought, I'm going to need one more Scale Shot to outspeed this thing. So I went for the Scale Shot. Reggieleki is going to go for the Thunder Cage here. It does a lot of damage to me. Plus, it will do damage to me after this turn as well. So here comes the Scale Shot. There's the first hit. There's the second hit. And I only hit it twice. I'm like, no! Only 2 hits, so I've got to outspeed this turn, or it's GG, boys and girls. So we get some extra damage here from the Thunder Cage. I definitely won't leave another Thunder Cage from this Reggieleki, and then I outspeed due to the Scale Shot, and Reggieleki is going to go down there. What an amazing second battle there, and what a great first battle as well. Hope you people enjoyed both these battles. Let's get on to the third and final battle. For a second then, I almost forgot that I was doing 3 battles in this video. So the next battle is against a girl that likes walking in an icy forest. I'm not sure someone can translate that for me. So the first Pokemon is a Landorus. I love versing Landorus so much. Now, this time I tried to shake things up a little bit by starting off with Groudon. Now, my inner troll inside of me, right, was thinking, I could go for a Smackdown, and then I could go for a Fissure. I might be able to get, like, an opportunity to do this, right? Groudon's got pretty good defense, so I might be able to get away with it, right? So they're going to drop my attack there, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's go for a Smackdown. So I outspeed it with the Jolly Nature, which is beautiful. And it's going to go flat again, so that's fine. Landorus is going to turn into a Stunfisk, real talk. So here comes the Stealth Rock here. I was like, okay, Stealth Rock, that's no good. Maybe I should probably get my own Stealth Rock up. So I went for Fissure, and it's going to miss. I'm like, dang. And now they're going to go for a Sword Dance. I'm thinking I'm probably about to get swept there if I don't, one, connect a Fissure or swap into a Pokemon that actually does something. And fortunately for me, this second Fissure is going to take the Landorus out. Landorus is going to become a part of the land. Literally went like to the center of the earth. So one Pokemon is down, and the next Pokemon we got here is Genesect. Now, this was a very, very interesting team, to say the least. So Genesect, right, is going to be able to possibly outspeed me. I'm not sure if it's going to be running a special set or not, but it went for an explosion. I'm like, what the heck? It's a physical set. So here comes the explosion on my Groudon. Since Groudon's pretty bulky in defense, I thought it would lift. Then I seen the normal gem. I'm like, man, it's going to do a lot of damage. And it does 3/4 of my health. And another Pokemon goes down. So, I mean, I didn't even need to take that out. It took itself out. Next time, I actually went for the Stealth Rock here because I thought I probably won't land another fissure. So that was a good play there going for Stealth Rock. So we both had Stealth Rocks on each side of the field. In comes another Genesect. So we had Landorus and 2 Genesect right so far. So I don't even know what this team is. If someone can guess if this is the theme team, like, let me know because I cannot think of it. So go for a fissure here, and fissure is going to miss. And here comes the U-turn from the Genesect, and I take some. They take some Rocky Helmet damage. My item was Rocky Helmet, if I didn't mention that one already. And the next Pokemon is another Genesect. This is a 3rd Genesect. So 1 Lando and 3 Genesects walk into a bar, and I'm trying to think of a joke right now. And I got it. 1 Landorus and 3 Genesects walk into a bar. The Landorus says to all 3 Genesects, do you gen your Pokemon? Sorry, that's the best I've got. All right, anyway, so we got another U-turn there, and the Rocky Helmet's going to do a little bit of damage, and Groudon is going to go down. So we got 5 more Pokemon left, and they obviously going to swap their Pokemon. I was like, okay, what do we got here? Another Genesect, and out comes a Victini. So it's like, okay, a Landorus, 3 Genesects, and a Victini. Oh, man, I can't understand this team. It's wild. So in comes my Registeel, the best matchup, the 2020. And now here comes the V-Create. So like, okay, right. I hope I can live this one, but I don't. I'm very, very doubtful because it's coming from a Victini. And Registeel is going to go down at one turn there. So now I know what sort of set they're running. I thought I'd sort of experiment and see what set they're going to run, if it's going to be a standard one or a mean one. I wasn't really sure. So we've seen like a couple of physical sets already. So I thought they may try and run like a special one. So, into Rayquaza here, I thought, well, I might be able to get a couple of Scale Shots up against this Victini. So, Scale Shot is going to miss, and here comes a Bolt Strike. I was like, oh, man, that was really, really unlucky. So, here comes a Bolt Strike there on my Rayquaza. Almost like, it does about 3/4 damage to me, and, of course, it paralyzes you as well. Now, another Bolt Strike here, and Rayquaza is going to go down. So, at this stage, right, RNG sort of messed me over a little bit with the Rayquaza. I mean, Registeel, there was nothing I could do there. And Groudon was lucky to hit the fissure. So, I guess it's sort of, we're sort of even, like on an even playing field so far. So, now into Yvonne, I can go for a Sucker Punch and easily take out this Victini, like easy peasy. And I've got the Dark Aura as well to help that. Now, Victini is going to stay in here. I went for Sucker Punch, and Victini is going to get dropped in one shot. So I've got 2 Genesects left and 1 other Pokemon. Now there was 1 other Pokemon left, and it was an interesting Pokemon. I'll say that. So we've got a Genesect sliding here. I could go for another Sucker Punch to take this out, or I could swap out and see what they're going to do. I wasn't really sure like what this thing was going to be, so I swapped it out just to see what it's going to do. They could have Shift Gear as well. I was a little bit scared of Shift Gear, so I went into Giratina to see what it was going to do. So Giratina is the Thunder Wave, Destiny Bond set out, so I was hoping I could maybe do that. And here comes the Techno Blast. I was like, okay, Techno Blast. That was the electric Techno Blast there, and of course it was not very effective. So here comes the Ice Beam from the Genesect. That is going to be super effective against me. I managed to take that one, and now I can get the Thunder Wave off on the Genesect. So at this stage, I was like, well, I could go for some Twister Trolling, but I don't think I'm going to get as lucky as I did in the first game. So let's just go for Hex and take it up. Like fully based power as well with the double damage on Hex. So down goes Genesect, so good times there. Now I've got Destiny Bond to still use against another Genesect if I'm able to do that right. If I outspeed, of course. So I was like, I could go for Thunder Wave or I could go for Destiny Bond. I don't really know at the moment. Like, should I just go for Destiny Bond if they fail to take me out? I was like, let's go for it and see what happens, right? So Giratina is going to go for the Destiny Bond there. Giratina's an awesome shiny too. And here comes a Shadow Claw. It was a physical set, and Shadow Claw is going to take me out there with the critical hit. I was like, I wonder if it would have mattered if it wasn't a crit. But regardless, that is what happened. And Giratina goes out, and so does Genesect. So all I've got left is 1 more Pokemon, and I've got I don't have a Genesect. I've got a Yvonne left. So I was like, okay, let's take those Stealth Rocks damage, and let's see what set their last Pokemon is going to be. And it is a Victini, and it is a shiny Victini. A very, very naughty hacker exposed here, people. But we have done a video on shiny Victini already. I think we've seen like 1 million of them at this point, but yeah. And as soon as I seen the shiny Victini, I knew that it was going to be a Dynamax Pokemon. They saved their shiny Victini to Dynamax here. So I've got Sucker Punch, which will do an enormous amount of damage to Victini. Now I was thinking, The only bad thing here, right, if they do manage to lift a Sucker Punch, would be if it's got weakness policy. That could be very, very problematic, right? So go for the Sucker Punch on the Victini, and it gets dropped in one shot there with a critical hit. And that is the third and final battle, people. I hope you enjoyed all three of these. Some very, very nice, entertaining battles. I shall be back tomorrow with another theme team, I'm pretty sure. And have a good day, night, afternoon, where you live in the world. Peace out.